What is going on? Welcome back to Trending Stocks. Today I want to give you a quick overview of Virgin Galactic, ticker SPCE, touch on some of the data points, some things that have recently come out, and everything else that you need to know. Make sure you guys first hit that thumbs up and subscribe. Always greatly appreciate that. And with that, let's get right to it. So Friday was a fairly good day, closed 3.7% in the green, a lot of good momentum, and based on the technicals, it did successfully transfer from the lower to the higher percentile of the Bollinger Band, and it's been a good month and a bit since it's actually done that. So based on the technicals, things are looking fairly good, and of course this was very much largely because of this news. Virgin Galactic completes glide flight from Spaceport America, so keeping in line with that Q2 that was estimated, so definitely a pretty positive thing in that regard. There was also a shareholder meeting that was announced, and this is for June the 8th, 2023, so a little bit far out. And keep in mind, in order to vote on these 5 things, you have to be a holder as of April the 13th, 2023. So just be once again aware of that. So if you do buy, for instance, right now, you can't really vote on the upcoming shareholder meeting. So just be aware of that. But what is being voted on is these points right here. So number 1 is to elect the director nominees listed in the proxy statement. And of course, in this document, there's a ton of things. If you do want a dedicated video just for this shareholder meeting, let me know in the comments below. I can definitely put that together. Second one is pretty straightforward, so it's just reappointing the public accounting firm Ernst & Young. Number 3 is to approve on an advisory basis the compensation of our named executive officers. So this one's a little bit more of a touchy one, especially it has a lot of monetary value, and based on the actual price, it's not necessarily been the best overall. I think that's more of an understatement. So when it comes down to paying out executives, it's kind of, like I said, something that you need to pay attention to. And then number 3, it does say right here to approve the company's amended and restated 2019 incentive award plan. And then number 5 is just to transact other business and so forth. But when it comes down to number 4, I actually don't really have that big of a problem with this about the incentive plans, because in order to keep skilled labor, you definitely do need these plans. So number 4 isn't a big deal to me. Number 3 more so is, and to some individuals, number 1. But like I said, if you want a little bit more of a deeper dive, let me know. They also did announce their upcoming Q1 earnings, and this is on May the 9th. Let me know as well, based on this, if you want me to live stream that. But of course, I'll go over all the things that you need to know. And plus, on a side note, if you want a dedicated video as far as what to expect for the upcoming Q1 earnings, let me know in the comments below as well. But outside of that, though, I'll give you guys a quick overview of that. So as of right now, it is below the pivotal moving averages, so the 50 and 100-day moving averages. It currently is right now between this S2 and the S1. Didn't necessarily have enough to break past this S1, but there's a lot of big earnings and data points coming out from an economic standpoint that could give it justification to break above this and maybe even test this pivot of $4.56, because on Wednesday, I believe there is non-farm employment. There's also non-farm payroll, I believe, on Friday, unless I have them backwards. And then also on Wednesday is going to be the Fed's decision rate. That one is a very, very big one, in my opinion, of course. Who isn't a financial advisor? You guys do your own due diligence at the end of the day. But like I said, outside of this though, looking at stochastic, because of the recent run, it kind of put the stochastic from very much oversold to a little bit more neutral, but there is a very nice bullish sentiment behind the scenes. Momentum, number of retail investors have been getting in, so of course that's a fairly good thing in my opinion. And based on so far the options activity, you do see a little bit more orienting towards the calls, so that's a nice change of events. So currently, based on Friday at least, there was $277.78 thousand worth of calls being purchased versus 195 in puts. So still rather high for the puts, but kind of evenly divided in my opinion. So when it comes down to this data, it's kind of neutral-ish. Keep in mind, options activity doesn't necessarily move the stock price, just a little bit more of a sentiment. Just be aware of that. As far as big money getting in, it's been very, very silent. So keep in mind, these are the transactions on the secondary market. As far as dark pool, I'll just pull this quickly up. So as far as dark pool, there was a couple of transactions on the dark pool from Friday, 252,000, 131, 112, and 124. So when it comes down to dark pool, a lot of which is very much linked to shorting in some cases. So I'll give you guys a quick overview of what shorts have been doing. But as you can tell, 25th was a very active day on this exchange. So again, just be once again again aware of that information. I believe maybe this might have been leaked potentially about the whole flight, maybe. I'm not really sure about that. But when it comes down to it, I'll give you guys a quick overview of shorts. So short score is currently 82, utilization is 100%. And as far as what they did on Friday, they increased 137,000 shares, as you can see right here. Still 25.02% of the free float is being shorted, so that's still relatively high. And the number of shares being physically shorted is 57.5 million shares. Cost to borrow is very, very low, so the average is 3.59%. So definitely, if there is some positive catalyst that does come out, whether it be from the shareholder meeting, which most likely not, but more specifically their earnings, if there are some good things being said during this actual earnings call, then that could give it nice justification for a good rally potentially. But like I said at the very beginning, technicals are starting to look very bullish, so I think a lot of people are getting into a lot of these value plays. And as I've been saying, surprisingly, this has just been overdone. This is way, way too low in my opinion, based on space. And a lot of people just kind of got the negative vibe from Orbit and just kind of moved it toward Virgin, which does not make sense whatsoever. So keep in mind, Virgin definitely is not a risk-free investment. It does have its fair share of risks. But like I've said in the past, if this does pan out, you are going to make a substantial amount of money. But of course, like I said, these videos are for entertainment purposes only. Let me know you guys' thoughts on this going into next week. Do you think that it is going to potentially break this pivot of $4.56, or do you think it is going to trend back down to maybe the lower threes or something like that? So once again, let me know you guys' thoughts on that in the comments below. It is absolutely crazy. This time around, it did break that $3 mark, so $2.98. So that is a steal of a deal. So give yourself a shout out if you are among the 1% potentially that did get in below $3. Definitely you deserve a round of applause for catching the bottom there. But once again, let me know you guys' thoughts on all of this in the comments below. If you haven't already, hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. One final thing I just wanted to share with you, there is a couple days left for this massive promo with Moomoo. Click on the link in the description below or the comments, sign up for a free account and you get one free stock. Each stock is valued up to $2,000, so take advantage while you can. This is an amazing promo, and plus, as you can see, deposit $100, you get 4 additional free stocks. So it is a complete win-win, complete no-brainer. Let me know you guys' thoughts on all this, and without further ado, I appreciate you guys watching. Let's all make a lot of money on Virgin Galactic.